there we go. Hello. Hello, everybody. What do they mean by no pants? It means you don't have to wear pants to enjoy this episode. It means only heathens wear pants. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Eva. She said she was going to try and join, but she's not on right now. She's not available. And she was going to cover a lot of the gaming stuff. So, I don't know what to do. But that just means I'm going to need you guys even more than normal as we go through this. Because it's not... today... The show today is not about just getting my thoughts on this. I want to get your thoughts about it too. What is this? It's anime and stuff. The show where we talk about anime and stuff. That's what this is, straight up. Like, we're gonna talk about it. If you want to know all the stuff we're gonna talk about, links are in the description down below. To all of the stories that we're covering. I'm basically gonna be just to give you guys a quick explanation of what we're going to be doing and what we're going to be working on. I had to, sorry for the lateness, I had to put up the tags and everything, and I was putting all the links to the stories in the description. Hopefully it's there. If you don't see it, please refresh the page, and it should be there. Oh my god, I can feel the little hairs on... Alright, so I don't like growing a mustache. That's something I want to go ahead and just put out there. I'm not big on, like... I can't grow an actual beard. Like, it's too patchy in places. And I don't like, okay, I can grow on my jawline. I can't grow anything in between mustache and my jaw under here. But it goes all the way down to, like, just below my lips. So every time on the edge of my lips, when there's enough hair that comes in to lick my lips, I touch the hair that grows on the side. It's really gross. I don't like it. The first time someone on a stream acknowledged my comment. Oh, well. Hello, Godzilla. I acknowledge your comment. So do we have any chat rules? Because I don't remember if we have any of them. Gamer, no. At the moment, we don't have chat rules. There's some basic stuff. Like, you will get hit by certain stuff from the Nightbot, where Menu will put you in timeout for using too many caps. Grow your beard. Come to the scruffy side. I don't have much of a beard, Christian. What I'm saying is I can't grow a beard. I have bald spots in my beard. It's not right. It's weird. You'd think as I lost hair up here, it would come on it would show up on my face. Well, ironically, I started growing hair on my face when I started thinning my hair up here. I'd like it if the hair that was on my freaking face would just come back to the top of my head and I had a full head of hair. I want that back. Screw all that other noise. But yeah, pants are optional. I can take pants off and stream like this. All I gotta do is turn off the webcam. Or just not show anything below what you already see. Same here, and I want a beard, but my face says no, right? My face is telling me no. Alright, my father can have one, but I cannot, and that sucks. Aw, I'm sorry to hear that. That's why I love my goatee, if it's the same. I mean, I can grow kind of a goatee. There's like a little spot right here in the middle of my chin where the divot of my chin goes. It's about half the width of my index finger. But there's like a little spot where I can't grow hair right there. And there's like little splotches. I can grow some hair around here. I've never actually tried to grow out like a beard. But I know that it grows in kind of patchy, and I have grown a goatee. I've grown a soul patch. I don't like mustache. Mustache is wrong. Mustache is weird for me. It works on other people, and I have one of those ugly pencil thin mustache. Why, yes, this is Lord Menu. Hello. Or at least this is his voice and the one who does his personality. Hi. Hello, Christian. I can't tell you who or what else I play right now. Or here's the real kicker. How do you know it's Menu? How do you know that it's truly Menu? Maybe it's Great Sage. You don't know. Took me a week to get the Remember the Dave reference. to get the Dave reference. Hey, there are people that still haven't got it after years, so you're doing okay. You're less Dave than every one of the other Daves. All right, quickly to recap some of the stuff for the show, and I'm glad you guys are very active. I need an active chat this time because it's just me. And if it's just me talking to the void, then it's no fun doing this. All right, so some of the stuff that we're going to cover. Guys, I'm sorry that there hasn't been an anime and stuff for over a month. It's scheduling has been a nightmare for everybody. Things are changing. We're trying to figure out where we want to place certain things when certain things move. We have announced that Fat Dog is making a secondary channel for gaming content, and we're going to be moving all of our gaming streams over to that. Except for PDW and Fan Fridays, they're staying on the main channel for now until views and subscribers or all the other stuff, until we're able to get the numbers to come up at least to the amount on the other channel that would suffice for monetization on that channel. And then I think we're going to move probably Fan Friday and PDW over there, and that'll be that. But we'll still have like our bridging content and all the other stuff that we do, like anime and stuff, here on this channel. And maybe they can move to different days and different times that are easier for everybody to show up for. That is my hope. All right, so the things that we're going to talk about today, we're gonna cover, because apparently the news is never ending on this topic. We're gonna talk about Spider-Man and its leaving of the MCU and Sony's latest debacle as far as what happened a day or two ago to set off the internet yet again. Telltale Games is going to return under new management, so we're getting a refresh of that. Guys, as I tell these stories, this is a conversation between us. I want to get your thoughts on these specific stories. We're gonna recap Nintendo Direct. That was supposed to be Eva's thing, but I guess we're gonna come back over here. Also, Overwatch is coming to the Switch. Friday the 13th is on the Switch now. There's a lot of really cool games coming to the Switch. I'm really happy to be owning a Switch. Also, I am going to go over anime that is out right now. Not a lot. I'm only gonna give like a couple. I say a couple. I'm gonna give you guys 6. A lot of them you may have heard of, some you may not have, and that's okay. I want you guys to check out some, but these are all shows that I watch, that I really like, that I highly recommend. So it's kind of like Richie's Anime Corner kind of thing. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and announce I did record a new thing for Richie's voiceover workshop, and that should be coming out pretty soon. So there, I do have, for all of you that are like trying to get, yeah, fat. I'm going to take these off because there's no reason to have my headphones on since I'm not in a call. I want to be able to clearly hear everything that's going on. Guys, if you sub or if you donate or any of that jazz, we appreciate it, but I have the alerts turned off so that we can focus on what's going on here. I don't know what the donation thing is. I'm not really currently involved in that. I have my own channel where I'm doing those donations, and I'll promote that at the end of the episode. If you guys want to go over and check that out. I just want to quickly say very big thanks to very big thanks to, gosh, how did I forget his name already? It was Wraith. Thank you, Wraith. I want to shout a big shout out to Wraith. The other day when I was playing, I think it was Friday. I was playing some Final Fantasy 15, and we were just chilling out, kind of enjoying some FF15 while I was trying to raise some money for some stuff that I needed for D&D. And unfortunately, due to neighbor moving in, his dogs being really loud, I did not go to sleep for a while. I was up for almost 20 hours, so I missed Dungeons and Fat Dogs yesterday, and I'm sorry about that, but I was not able to, I didn't fall asleep until about, I think it was 2 in the afternoon is when I finally got to sleep. So I'd been up for almost 21 hours, and I was just dying. So there was no way I was going to make it in time for the 4 o'clock stream of that. And there was, even if I did, I wasn't going to be really coherent, and I was blatantly honest with Royce that I would not be paying attention. So I apologize for missing yesterday's stream of Dungeons and Fat Dogs. I really wanted to play as Fu. Fu is such a joy to play. For those of you that don't know, Fu is a Goliath barbarian that I play, and the voice that I just did was Fu's voice. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Please look at those. You can go check those out anytime. They're up on the channel. Those will not be moving to the gaming channel. Those will stay right here on the Fat Dog channel. Alrighty, that having been said, I have told the dude and his dogs need to shut up so I can sleep. I'm not going to yell at the guy on his first time moving. I understand he's moving. I've been there. I've done that. And dogs moving into a new environment are going to be loud because it's a new place. They're completely uncomfortable in the situation. They have to go around and sniff everything. There's a lot of other dogs in the neighborhood that they're unfamiliar with. Just think of it like this. As a 5-year-old, you would, if you were moving at the age of 5, because that's generally the intelligence level of a dog is like a 5-year-old person. You move to a new place. You're super curious, super anxious, super scared. Just all of these emotions are hitting you at the same time, and you're wondering if something is wrong. Is it your fault? What did you do wrong? All of that's going on. Now, and at the same time, he's trying to move stuff in. So that's okay. I understand that. That's why I wasn't giving him grief. Also, when I normally sleep, it's early in the morning. He doesn't know that. He's not aware that we work on a 3rd shift schedule. He's not. So I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt for that. Now, him going to work last night and his 2 dogs barking and yapping and being really loud until about 2 in the morning, that part I'm pissed about, and I'll have words with him on. But other than that, we're good. I'll yell at my dogs if they're being way too loud. Yeah, but yelling at them isn't going to get them to be quiet. And if they're scared and confused, that's not going to help either. You have to, again, you have to treat your dogs as you would a small child. You know, even though they're not going to understand what you're saying, they'll understand the tone behind it. Don't yell at them. Just calmly try and just calm them down. That's all you got to do. Yelling them is just going to make things worse. Yelling at them will make things worse. All right. So that having been said, all right, let's try and get to the show this time. All right. So the BRB logo is about to go away, guys. I have that logo up when we're not covering stories. So we're going to jump right to the stories. How come the one on the far left hasn't killed anyone that even looked at Ainz? Because I know for a fact that she hated any girl who talked to Ainz. Oh, if you're talking about Albedo, yeah, this is just the logo for that show. All right, we need like a full form logo at some point. Hey, Vincent. All right, so BRB screen is going away. That is not the one it should be on, but okay, good enough. This is where we're supposed to start. Okay. I want to get your thoughts on this because, as we all know, Sony just took Spider-Man out of the MCU. I think I understand from a business side why they did that, and I understand that Disney was being a little too greedy with their stuff. Honestly, I don't like the idea of Spider-Man leaving the MCU just because of how things were going story-wise and how they ended for Spider-Man Far From Home. I don't see how they could logistically pull that off without MCU characters, and then suddenly they have to act like everything in the MCU is just a dream or some shit. Like, no matter what, I don't see this being a success. I think they're going to make it a lot of money off of the next one just because people want to go watch a dumpster fire. Yeah, that's where I think the majority of the income is going to come in for the next movie. But apparently Sony's CEO made a tweet, and during that tweet he said that they had a great run with Feige on the Spider-Man movies. We tried to see if there's any way of working it out. The Marvel people are terrific. We have great respect for them, but on the other hand, we have some pretty terrific people of our own. Kevin didn't do all the work, and they also mentioned that Feige was stretched incredibly thin. Apparently, the note that Kevin didn't do all the work, even though I see where they're coming from, that pissed off a lot of fans. Sony has been stuck on. So some of the tweets that they got was Sony has been stuck on making sure we knew Kevin Feige wasn't behind this latest incarnation of Spider-Man. Well, the best one is the one who is in the MCU. So I guess, and so at Sony was willing to give Kevin Feige credit, actually blaming him, saying he was stretched too thin because of Phase 4. They said Spider-Man was fine before the crossover events. The only Spider-Man that was fine was Into the Spider-Verse. Now they're milking the character with 6 TV shows. Spidey will do just fine outside of the MCU. Kevin didn't do all the work. Spidey was fine before the event movies. Actually, no, because Spider-Man, the previous Spider-Man movies did pretty poorly as far as box office in general. Before this, I think they're kind of forgetting the Andrew Garfield years, which is sad because Andrew Garfield didn't do a bad job. They were really, really doing poorly on trying to push multiple plot points at the same time, and I think that I think that maybe they're not remembering everything well enough. Mother flipping Sony. They did what? Okay. You said it, Godzilla. Thank you. Okay, Sony and Disney are greedy. Yeah, that's true. They're both, but I mean, at the same time, you know, they Sony did do a lot. Did do the majority of the work as far as like filming the Spider-Man movies. Yes, Marvel's characters and universe of the MCU being added to Spider-Man, I felt like is what really made this Spider-Man feel so good and stand out so much. Old Wait would be old Walt would be disgraced by the modern Disney. Yeah, yes and no. Yes and no. The first Spider-Man is the best Spider-Man. I'm gonna go with the animated Spider-Man is better, and honestly, I think Into the Spider-Verse was probably the best iteration of a Spider-Man story that Sony has ever done. And I think the reason why it was so successful is because the studio was left it the fuck alone. And I think generally, the original '90s animated Spider-Man. The one that came on with the X-Men animated series and others. But anyway, hold on a second, guys. Okay. Sorry about that. Alrighty. But yeah, I still haven't seen Into the Spider-Verse. It's really good. Seriously, I would check it out. I think that a lot of the comic book movies do really, really well when the studio stays the hell out of trying to put it together. Like, I understand the studio wants to make money and they want it to be successful, but like, the more that they push their agenda forward, the like, I think Spider-Man 2 would have been great if they hadn't been trying to put together their own version of the MCU. If they'd have focused on telling one story instead of trying to tell multiple stories in one movie, like, the success of the Avengers really messed with how DC and Sony approached comic book movies. But the thing is, the reason there was the first Avengers was so successful was because you had movies like Spider-Man and Iron Man and the Incredible Hulk and Captain America, Thor. You'd had those movies to at least get to know the characters so that by the time they all got together, it meant something. And them trying to rush the Sinister Six and push that and have two villains in a Spidey movie, like, it's fine if you have two villains and they do a team up, but honestly, I think that if you're going to do it that way, you need to have two villains who are already established from previous stories and then do a team up movie. Like, if you do, like, okay, so we've had a Venom movie, so we've kind of gotten used to Venom. All right, so let's have a Carnage movie where we tell the story of Carnage on his own, or at least have Carnage fighting against Spidey, and it ends with Spidey getting his ass kicked, and then the next movie is the Spidey Venom team up. That would be, I think that's a good way to tell story, but you have to focus on telling your one story. You can't tell multiple stories in one movie, and I think that's what the studios kind of rush to do, or at least it feels that way a lot of the time. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of that. Those are my opinions. I hate it when studios try to write a movie for other people. It's like, look, guys, you hired writers and you hired actors and directors for a reason. Let them do what they do. You know? Also, I just love this picture. That's very, very funny as far as I'm concerned. It's super, super funny. Yeah. If you don't have a base, then the foundation's going to crumble. Exactly. So focus on telling one story at a time. Don't rush to try and have your big expanded universe or whatever. They're already working on a the Venom stuff. Morbius, I believe, the vampire Morbius. They're working on that. And I get that Feige is really busy because he just picked up all the Fox properties. So he's got the X-Men and the Fantastic Four to add to the MCU now. And I mean, the thing is, Spidey leaving the MCU, the only one that this hurts is Spidey in general. Like, this is going to hurt Spider-Man. And everybody's like, I love how everybody's like, oh, Sony will be fine. They're never going to give up the rights to Spider-Man. They're always going to be making Spider-Man movies. Spider-Man's going to make them a lot of money. And I'm like, will he though? Or will this be a return to the Andrew Garfield years of Spider-Man? Where it was like, yeah, some people will check it out and then we're not going to be all that crazy about it. And I'm not going to say that Andrew Garfield did a bad job. I honestly, the way I view it as Tobey Maguire did a really good Peter Parker and an okay Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield did a really good Spider-Man and an okay Peter Parker. Whereas Tom Holland has done both of those really well. And I think it has more to do with, you know, the writers focused on one aspect of Peter, because there's so many aspects to Peter. If you want to see a good, and this is again, Sony putting out a good product, the PS4 Spider-Man video game, that was Sony. Showing that Sony can put out good stuff. But I think that has more to do with the Sony video game division and the Sony movie division are two different animals entirely. And honestly, I think Sony as a company stays the fuck out of things on the video game side. But, I mean, that's just how it appears to me. I think that they're given more room and more creative freedom on the video game end than they are on the gaming end. Sorry, I stretched this story out pretty long. I have some opinions, like Batman v Superman, 20 stories and what? Yeah, there's really too many stories in there. Hey, Creeper. Wait, hey, Richie. Bye, Richie. What? But honestly, I'm really looking forward to the rest of the movie's storylines. So many comics, so little time. There's so many good stories to explore from the Spider-Man comics, but I just don't see where they go from here without acknowledging the MCU at all. Like, what happens to Happy Hogan? What happens to him? What happens to, does this mean we lose our beloved J. Jonah Jameson, J.K. Simmons? Is that what's going on? I just don't understand how we move forward without the MCU. It's like I feel like there was more damage done to Sony than there was to Disney on this. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, Sony has the power on this." I'm like, "No." It really feels like, and people are not siding with Disney, they're siding with Marvel. Just to clarify, they're siding with Marvel. Yes, Marvel and the MCU are under Disney, but we're not sitting here pretending like Disney is the good guy in this. The only ones that I trust in this are Marvel themselves. Like, and I think the reason why Marvel's been able to be so successful is because Disney's kind of sat back and let Marvel do its thing and tell its own stories. And I'm not going to sit here and act like everything the MCU has put out is gold. It's not. Most of the Thor solo movies are just hot garbage. Uh, so, I mean, we'll see as time goes forward. I'm really excited for the future of the MCU now that they've added a lot of the Fox characters. It's just Spidey leaving is kind of a bummer, and it kind of hits me in the feels pretty hard. Alrighty. So, that was my big rant about Spider-Man. If you want to see the full article, if you want to read it, it is the top link in the description. All right, so Telltale Games is under new management. This was a story Eva was supposed to talk about, and I'm just now reading it, so apologies if I don't know anything about this. This is just basically me learning about it with you. Telltale Games is, at least on paper, returning to business as reported earlier by Polygon. Holding company LCG Entertainment have bought up the studio name and some of their licensed properties after Telltale's messy closure last September left hundreds of staff displaced. Effectively, a new studio with new management operating under the old name, and new Telltale will be based in Malibu, California, with plans to stay small over the next 6 months. The immediately good news is that, according to an interview with Polygon, the new Telltale has rights to a handful of their better games, including The Wolf Amongst Us and Batman. In-house properties like The Puzzle Agenda are looking good too. With a little luck, that means they'll be returning some of their games to sale before long, as they were delisted from digital stores earlier this year. So there's some good news on the front there. There's the possibility of more to come, says Ottily. There are some other expired licenses that they're also looking at. Some of Telltale's licenses have been snapped up by other companies or reverted to their original owners. Netflix are back in full control of the Stranger Things brand, effectively putting one final nail in that coffin's project. Skybound have also taken over Telltale's The Walking Dead series, including hiring some of the original crew to finish the final episodes, which launched earlier this year. There's no word on Tales from the Borderlands, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Minecraft Story Mode, but hopefully they'll be able to work out details to get those back on virtual shelves soon. Telltale's future as a studio producing new games is a little less certain. LCG/Telltale plan to offer freelance roles to some former Telltale employees with the possibility of full-time work in the future. So that's a pretty shitty way to look at it. It's like someone's busted their ass working for Telltale in the industry previously, and now you're like, hey, we can give you freelance work with the promise of full-time. Oh, that would piss me off. That would piss me off so hard. While I wouldn't go pinning hopes on another season of Sam and Max Adventures anytime soon, publisher Athlon Games are a partner in this deal, and former Telltale developer Emily Grace Buck mentioned on Twitter that she has heard from more Telltale people that they have indeed been brought on. So they have brought on quite a few of the old Telltale staff, and I'm good with that. Alrighty. Let's see. While they don't have much experience in adventure games, the new studio heads do at least have industry experience. Ottilie was CEO of Galaxy Pest Control, the studio behind licensed games using the Duck Dynasty and Power Rangers brand. That doesn't give me hope. Waddle is a former Havoc game engine marketing exec I remain dubious if much will come of this beyond re-releasing some of Telltale's back catalog, but I'm hoping that they can untangle enough red tape to release Telltale's Wallace and Gromit Adventures series. All right, guys, what do you guys think of this going on right now? What are your thoughts? What are your opinions? Because I'm kind of meh on Telltale. It's not like I didn't play the Walking Dead video game. I wasn't really big on what they did with Batman. I do like Minecraft story mode. I enjoyed watching other people play the Back to the Future video game that Telltale did, but I just don't know what to think of this other than the opinions I've already given. What are your thoughts? What are your opinions on this? I'm curious to know. Do you guys play Telltale games? If so, which ones do you play? What are your favorites? Do you like them? Are you kind of meh? Do you not like them? What are your thoughts? Let me know. Let me know. Be active in them comments. Be active, active, active. Speaking of things, we should have. I'm gonna add that. Browser. Bam. Okay, so. All right. Man, waiting on comments is the worst. I want you guys to be active. Why is no one talking to me? I must be really boring. Alrighty. Are you excited for the new ReZero? No, because I didn't like the old ReZero. I'm the comments that I'm looking for are based on this topic. Do you guys play Telltale Games? This isn't just a general Q&A, man. Sorry, Ochi. I don't care about the new manager. Okay. So you're not worried about the new management stuff. All right. I'll look at that later. There's also more gaming news I'm going to cover in a minute, but I haven't been keeping up with the gaming stuff, guys. I'm so sorry. I've been really busy trying to get Project Cave and Slime Episode 2 ready to go. That away. Favorite Borderlands and Big Wolf, not hopeful, nothing new is coming, but time will tell. Gotcha. All right. So that having been said, we're going to move on to the next one. The 7 biggest announcements from Nintendo Direct that came out 4 days ago. So Nintendo hosted yet another highly anticipated Direct presentation this evening, or on the 4th, detailing new games for its Switch console, new details about high-profile upcoming titles, and some welcome new software add-ons to its Switch Online subscription service. With a slew of new titles arriving in the next 2 months, including a visually refreshed remake of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening and Luigi's Mansion 3 on top of its new Switch Lite console, Nintendo is gearing up for a busy fall. Here's the biggest news announcements from the Direct. Blizzard's Overwatch is arriving on October 15th. After weeks of rumors, Nintendo finally confirmed that Blizzard's team shooter Overwatch is officially coming to the company's handheld console come October 15th. The port will also come with a nice deal that bundles 14 character skins and a 3-month subscription to Nintendo Switch Online, which players will need to play any of Overwatch's modes. The return of Obra Dinn coming to Switch later this fall. Award-winning indie mystery game Return to Obra Dinn from Papers, Please creator Lucas Pope is arriving on Switch after some time later this fall. The release will mark the game's console debut, as Pope released it only for Windows PC and Mac platforms last year. Pokemon Studios Game Freak, Game Freak's next title, Little Town Hero, is out next month. In addition to a pair of new main Pokemon games, Sword and Shield, arriving later this year, Japanese developer Game Freak is also launching an entirely original role-playing game, now officially called Little Town Hero. Prior to today, it was referenced to be as simply Town. The game is coming out October 15th, and in a pleasant surprise, it will feature music from Undertale creator Toby Fox. Banjo Kazooie coming to Smash Bros. Ultimate. That happened on the 4th after an E3 announcement that had diehard Rare Collectathon fans and Super Smash players losing their absolute minds. Nintendo announced that the Bear Bird duo Banjo Kazooie would be coming to its brawler title on the 4th, which it is now. The pair have arrived as a single combatant and are accessible through the Fighter Pass DLC. Fatal Fury's Terry Bogard is coming to Smash 2, and he will be arriving with the fourth or fifth DLC fighters being added to the game, although Nintendo says it's working on a suite of new characters it will introduce to the game in the coming months. So, yep. Super NES titles are finally coming to Nintendo Switch Online, and it seemed that happened on the 5th. Nintendo is at long last expanding the retro offering for Switch Online users to include Super Nintendo titles, with 20 classic games coming to the library on the 5th, which they did. So, Super Mario Kart, the OG Super Mario Kart, Star Fox, Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, which is a game I spent hours and hours and hours on, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, and Super Metroid, among many others. The titles are free with the $20 annual subscription to Nintendo Switch Online. Nintendo is also making a custom wireless SNES controller exclusive to Switch Online subscribers, similar to the NES one made for the launch of the service last year. And there you go. That's a lot of really cool stuff going on there, man. I'm super, especially that last bit. I'm super excited to play some of my old favorite Super Nintendo games. What are you guys thinking about? What are you looking forward to from all of these announcements from Nintendo this time around? Let me know in the comments. Let me know down below in the comments. Yep. Alrighty, I covered a lot of stuff, man. I'm mostly really just looking forward to what's going on with the Nintendo related content. That's the majority of what I'm looking forward to. I'm not big on Smash. Me want to see the old Legend of Zelda. Yeah, that Super Nintendo Link to the Past. It's pretty effing sweet. Just telling you right now, it's pretty effing sweet. And it is the soundtrack that I listen to the most. A lot of people that are like, Ocarina of Time, it's because they grew up with Ocarina of Time. I grew up with Link to the Past. That was the game that I played the crap out of back in the day. And if you want to see that game get broken, check out some speed runs. Check out some glitched speed runs of people just going ham on Link to the Past. It's freaking crazy. And they beat that game in just like under an hour, like sub 1 hour. I don't know how you do that. It took me 16, 17 hours to beat it. But I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know if I have Nintendo Switch Online. I'm going to look. If I do, then hell yeah. I'm going to be playing some more Zelda on the Switch than I initially anticipated. I'm also eagerly looking forward to Breath of the Wild sequel, whatever it's going to be called. Breath of the Wild 2. I'm looking forward to it. Alrighty, so at long last, we're going to be moving on to the final segment of anime and stuff. I'm going to be talking about a bunch of different anime that I am checking out now and getting into. So, let me know what you guys think. If you watch these series, let me know. And if you enjoy them, or if you're thinking about watching them, please do. All right, off the bat, I'm just going to go ahead and say that a lot of these shows I watch on Verve, I didn't know that they were on Crunchyroll, or I didn't know that they were on Funimation, so I may be checking out their dubs later. But Demon Slayer, if you haven't seen Demon Slayer, oh my god, Ufotable did some amazing freaking art. And they're 23 episodes in as far as the sub. There is no dub. There is currently no dub for it. Whoa. At least, yeah, there is only the Japanese version. So, okay, cool. So I'll be watching the same thing whether I watched it on Verve or whether I watched it on Funimation. But the Studio Ufotable did an amazing job with the animation of this series. Cannot recommend it highly enough. I was surprised when I found out that it was a Shonen Jump title, because I'm used to knowing about Shonen Jump titles before they become anime, and I was almost 20 episodes into this series, and then I found out it was Shonen Jump, and I'm like, you're kidding me. So it was a welcome surprise. Very, very happy to hear that it is in fact a Shonen Jump title, and that the manga is actually close to ending. Like, it's in the final arc apparently, and things are going. And they said that there's enough content in the manga right now for them to do a couple more seasons. So have you seen this? If so, do you like it? Do you not? What do you like? What do you not like? Let me know in those comments down below. And would you welcome a season 2 or 3 of this series? It's 26 episodes, guys. 23 episodes are out right now. So if you get caught up this week, if you just binge all 23 episodes, because some people do that, then you've only got 3 episodes left of the series to really wait on. And I will say that Nezuko is best girl, straight up, just 100% Nezuko best girl. Alrighty. Next up in my anime list of things is Fire Force. Now this is done by the same creator of Soul Eater. That's why the artwork looks the same, but they are very different. Now this is a Shonen Jump series, or at least a series that I knew well about. Yeah, Shonen Jump does this. I knew about this well in advance. I've started reading the manga for this a couple of years ago, and it's really, really good. And I'm so happy that it got an anime. See, there we go. It's on, Fire Force manga is available. Oh, it's Kodansha. Digital from Kodansha Comics. Okay. So it's not a Shonen Jump property. It is Kodansha. Gotcha. So same group that does Fairy Tail. Same publishing company that does Fairy Tail. There are currently 9 episodes out, and they are English on Funimation. It's in Japanese on Crunchyroll and Verve. Guys, if I say it's on Verve, it's probably also on Crunchyroll. So just go ahead and assume that I have both Crunchyroll and Verve banded together. If I say Verve, I generally also mean Crunchyroll as well. Okay, I'm back. What are we talking about? Hi, Godzilla. We are talking about anime. I just started up the anime segment, and I covered Demon Slayer really quickly. And the questions that I asked on Demon Slayer are: have you watched it? What did you like it? Did you not? Why not? And would you like to see a season 2 and 3 if you have watched it and you did like it? So there you go. That's what you missed. All right. So Fire Force. Like I was saying, I'm not current with the manga. I did kind of fall off because there weren't enough people translating it. So yeah, it kind of fell through the way. I still want to keep reading it because it was at a really good place. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing more of this. The fights have been pretty good so far. The animations, definitely up there. It's not like amazing, but it's good. And this is another one of those shows that leans more on the fighting than it does kind of on the characters. At least in the anime. In the manga, the characters are a bit more fleshed out. So I would highly recommend checking out the manga if you like this series. But again, do you watch this series? If so, let me know what you think. If you haven't seen this series, are you interested in it? Are you not? Let me know why or why not down in those comments below, please. Alrighty. Moving along. Alright, so next up, yes, I am watching this on, I'm watching this on Verve. I'm watching Dr. Stone. Now, I'm going to sit here and tell you, I knew about Dr. Stone before the anime came out, but I never checked out any of it. I was like, I'm reading too much stuff. I have too much stuff I have to keep up with. I can't add another series. It's mostly not because I don't think it's going to be good. It's mostly because I think it's going to be good, and I'm going to spend so much time just trying to get caught up on it. And sure enough, I was right. First episode came out. I watched it. I really liked it. And I was like, well, crap. Now I got to read the manga. So I got current on the manga before episode 2 came out. I have a problem. It's really, really good. And there's a lot of really good story coming up. I like how they portray science. Like, there's a lot of stuff in there. Like, you could tell that the mangaka did his research, because there is a lot of real science in here. And as a science bro, like, I really like science. I like getting into science. Unfortunately, I I don't get into science enough, I don't think. But yeah, as someone who is a big science nerd, I really, really, really appreciate this. Absolutely appreciate this series. And basically, I'm not going to do overviews. Generally, I'm just going to give you my basic recommendations. It's a typical shonen animation style. I don't want to talk about the story or spoil anything about the story, but it is very science-based, and they get the science right. I mean, there are going to be times where it's stretched a little bit, but for the most part, pretty on point with the science. Yeah, I'm just gonna say, and it's not all about science. It's not the nerdy, but you're gonna have fun watching this. If you have not checked out Dr. Stone, cannot recommend it highly enough. Very, very good. It's not like the best series of this summer season, of the summer lineup, but it's in the top 5 for me anyway. Have you seen it? Have you not? What do you think? Are you interested? Yes, no. Let me know all that stuff in the comments. All right. So I'm not going to answer any questions about have I seen this, have I seen that. I'm not going to get into that. If you want to do anime recommendations, you can post those in the comments after the live show. But I cannot sit here. I've got a short amount of time to cover everything. So if I don't answer you on the have I seen this, have I seen that kind of stuff, that's the reason why. I'm sorry. All right. Surprisingly, really good, cute anime. Did not expect that, and I actually learned some important stuff. As someone who does every once in a while go to the gym, and I wish I had somebody like a personal trainer or somebody to go with that I could exercise with. I need an exercise friend. I would probably go to the gym a lot more often if I had an exercise friend. But I did learn a lot of different things from this show about how the body works, and about recovery and active rest and things like that, and just some simple things that I can do at home to do exercise wise that would supplement working out at the gym, such as the smaller dumbbells that they have. This big apple juice container, if I fill it up with water, is at least around about 2 or 3 pounds. So I'm not trying to get swole, but I am trying to tone my arms a little bit. So doing 15 15 curls with this, and switching to the other arm and doing another 15, and doing reps of 15 and doing 3 reps. That's a good exercise that works there. I can also use this as almost like a medicine ball, pass it back and forth through the turns that way. Do the side dips while holding this as a weight also helps. Bringing it over, and we do have like a little step stool over here that I do like steps with, and everything is in increments of 15. 15 for a rep, and I do generally 3 sets, and I can do that at home while watching stuff. So, and that's stuff I learned from this super cute anime. The blonde chick has a problem eating too much, and so she goes to the gym to try and work out, and it's just generally super cute. But I was surprised how much stuff I learned from this. There are currently 10 episodes out. There's going to be 13 in total. And yes, this is a they have a guy that looks kind of just basically kind of normal. It's like if Kirito was wearing a tracksuit, and he explodes with a super muscular body he's been hiding. Every time he puts on that tracksuit, it's really tiny, makes him look kind of normal sized, and then he just hulks out. And they don't shy away from some of their funny jokes in here. The dub is really good too. But they have a guy in here that's basically kind of an Arnold Schwarzenegger type, and they even make a reference. Somebody asks if he was in Terminator 2, or if he said "I'll be back," and they're like, and he's like, "No, that was a different person." So they make Arnold Schwarzenegger jokes in here that aren't mean spirited. They're just very funny. It is a cute, lighthearted, and fun anime, and if that is up your alley, and if you've ever, or if you needed to watch something that would get you motivated to go work out, I know there have been times that I watched things like Yowamushi Pedal, and I wanted to immediately go out and go bike riding, hop on my bicycle and just ride around. This is one of those things that watching it, I will warn you, watching this series will make you want to go to the gym. However, it saddens me to know that I don't have a personal trainer, and I can't really afford one right now anyway. But I would love to have a personal trainer, or at least a workout buddy, because I think I could be encouraged by them, by that buddy, the same as they do, and it would help me get a lot of stuff on track. And I don't mean like internet encouragement is all well and good, but I can ignore internet encouragement pretty well, especially because most of you don't encourage me on the daily. I'm not saying hey, you're not active or anything. I'm just saying it's like I don't get like daily encouragement from the internet to go get in shape and work out and all that stuff, even though I probably should. I'm going to be still chubby and kind of fat when I get to AWA, and I know it, and I've made peace with that, and that's sad. But this is a good anime. Would highly recommend it. It's at least a 6 on my radar. It's cute. It's not amazing, but it's a fun time. And all the same questions. Have you watched it? If not, would you want to watch it? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Okay, next up, Mix. Okay, like I said, this is kind of an older style anime. Well, not older style, just older style from the art side of things. Uh, the animation looks kind of like it's old school animation, and I kind of like that. It helps set it apart because there's a lot of baseball anime out there, and this one just feels kind of warmer and softer because of the actual animation, and it's not over the top like the baseball is the main theme of it, and you're going to be getting plenty of baseball. So if you come here for baseball, you won't be disappointed. But there's a lot more going on than just the baseball. Whereas Ace of Diamond is pure baseball all day, all every hour of every day. Oh, also, will straight up say I recommend Ace of Diamond wholeheartedly. It's a very good series, and as someone who keeps current with the manga for Ace of Diamond, it's only gonna get better. Trust me. All right. But with Mix, you're getting a lot more than just the baseball side of thing. And as you can see, episode 22 has already released. I don't know how many episodes there are going to be with Mix. I'm hoping this is a long-running series instead of just a 26 episode run, but I'm really enjoying it. The artwork's really, really good. It has kind of a softer, old school feel to it, and I just gotta say, oh my goodness, like I've seen a lot of anime kind of similar to this, but it does have enough different that makes it kind of stand on its own. So yeah, man, that is that I would recommend this if you're into sports anime. If not, there you go. All right. I find it funny that somebody comes in here and says, "Weeaboo scum, get out." Well, here's the thing, sir. You obviously have come to the wrong channel, because we do anime abridged series here, and I feel like you knew that already and are just coming to trolls. But anyway, um, if you're not a fan of anime, then you're at the wrong channel, and you should get good and repent for your non-anime ways. Maybe you get out. You're in the wrong channel. All right. Alrighty. I'm more or less staying away from the majority of the isekai. So again, guys, same questions. Have you watched this series? If so, what do you think? And if not, are you interested in watching it? Let me know your thoughts down there. Again, I'm not going to go through explanations of what these anime are about. I'm just going to give you my thoughts and impressions on them. I want you to check them out for yourselves, and that means reading a plot synopsis and seeing if you'd even be interested. All right, last one. Arifureta. Honestly, I was really, really surprised by this one. I picked it up because the artwork looked interesting and the bio was kind of intriguing. And I watched it and I was like, holy shit, this is kind of dark, or at least it definitely starts out that way. I don't want to go through too much, but yes, this is an isekai. And it's one of the few isekai that I'm actually interested in right now. As far as the manga, I know that there's the manga out there and that it does go further. This is another based in a light novel. You can tell from the title, can't you? Look at all the words. It's like from commonplace to world's strongest, and I'm like, good lord. But yes, and just to let you know, I have a thing up here for manga that's probably dropped down, and Arifureta is right up here. So I do have a bit of knowledge, at least, of the manga at the moment. So hope you guys are interested in some of these. I don't think that isekai are the best kind of anime out there. I like to vary it out on the different kinds of anime that I watch, but I have been coming back to isekai a lot more lately. As you can see, though, the artwork is very intricate and detailed. It's really good. I like the animation. The story is pretty interesting. It has an original premise that I haven't seen from a lot of other isekai. Though the main character will get OP, there's at least a reason. Like, you can see why he gets OP, because he starts out not OP at all. And then, as you can tell from the title, he goes from kind of just a loser to being amazing. But he doesn't really get an ego in the way that you would kind of expect. It's like, oh, I'm from another world. I'm an otaku. I play video games all the time. Blah, 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 blah. That's not the kind of thing it is. And it's not just one person who got transported to this alternate world. It's like a full classroom. And that's the majority of what I'm gonna. So if you had a classroom full of kids and a teacher that all got teleported to a new world, and you had isekai classroom, and then shit went crazy and got dark fast. I would say this is more seinen than I would say it was shonen. It's definitely got that sci-fi fantasy action adventure feel to it, and it's got a heavy psychological undertone. I do recommend this to people who are interested in isekai, but if you're not a big isekai person, I don't know, you might like it because of how different it is from everything else. But this is definitely something that stands apart from, say, like a Sword Art. And here's the biggest difference between this and Sword Art. The initial premise of Sword Art was trapped in a video game, you could actually die, and the dark psychology behind that. But 3 episodes in, Sword Art completely abandoned that initial premise, and that's the biggest issue I have with Sword Art and why I don't like Sword Art. Arifureta starts off with a similar kind of dark theme, and it stays with that dark theme. And that is a big reason why I like this. They didn't stray from their roots just to get popular, which is what it kind of felt like Sword Art did. Sword Art went from being kind of a dark psychological kind of introspective on human nature to going to what I honestly feel like was your standard Gary Stu super OP kind of main character storyline bullshit. You recommend the manga more than the anime for both. Okay. I haven't seen Alicization, and I'm not looking. I don't. I'm done with Sword Art. I'm really, really done with Sword Art. I just could not be bothered to care about Sword Art anymore. But yeah, that is all of the anime that I have this time around that I'm recommending. I really, again, I'm sorry, no, I don't care if Alicization is really good. It's in the Sword Art universe, therefore to me it is shit. So anything with Sword Art attached to it is immediately getting the thumbs down, never gonna watch from it. I honestly think that Sword Art Online is shit. Working on you guys. Oh, thank you. How old am I? I am old enough. Old enough to drink, old enough to vote, old enough to live how I want to. Well, more or less how I want to live. But yeah, I'm not big on Sword Art Online. Not at all. And I know you got. Yeah, I shot Alicization in the head. Actually, no. What shot Alicization in the head was Sword Art Online and Sword Art Online 2. I watched both of those series, and it was a train wreck. So there you go. I might have given Alicization more of a chance if it hadn't been for basically the second half of Sword Art with the fairy bullshit, and then Sword Art 2, which could have been so good if they'd stuck with more psychological, but no, they were like, let's focus on Kirito and his OP fights, and it's like, god damn it, people. The movie was legit trash. I mean, just Sword Art alone has been shit, so Alicization, I'm not about that. No, I don't care. It could be fucking amazing. Just the simple fact that it is Sword Art is... It's just absolute trash as far as I'm concerned. I don't care if it's award-winning. The fact that it's Sword Art means it's trash. Because all of the other Sword Art is trash. And hey, it could be amazing for a while, but I guarantee they're going to fuck it up. Because that's how Sword Art started. It started out as amazing, and then it went nowhere. And honestly, it got even worse by the simple fact, and this is something that they pointed out in their own abridged, is that in the abridged for Sword Art, is that nobody in that barely anyone in that game knew how to play an MMO, and even the creator himself barely plays games and has no idea what a fucking MMO is. That is why I will forever be on board with Log Horizon is better than SAO, simply from the fact that the characters in Log Horizon actually know how to fucking game. And the writer clearly knows how to fucking MMO. Like, he at least understands an MMO. I could have written a better story just from talking to somebody who plays a lot of MMOs. And just sitting down and watching somebody play one for like maybe 10 or 15 minutes. I'd have a general understanding of how MMOs work. You couldn't even do that? Alright, I don't want this to turn into an SAO hate fest. As for the other series that are out there, I'm not doing recommendations of other stuff. I get that you guys have other stuff out there. I haven't watched Promised Neverland yet. I haven't read Promised Neverland. I'm not taking any anime recommendations. I just talked about the anime that I'm watching and wanted to get your thoughts and opinions on there. No, you hate SAO, but is Excel World better? I haven't... Again, Spider Phantom, not answering anything that wasn't in the stuff that I was talking about. So, see how much of a tangent SAO put me on? See how much of a tangent it put me on. I wanted to just focus on the 6 anime I was covering today. If you want to see the anime that I was talking about, links are in the description down below. Oh my god, I'm in an angry mood now. I need to get myself out of that angry mood. Dr. Stone is amazing. How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift, surprisingly really good. Well, surprisingly good and surprisingly warm-hearted. If you want to, if you need any more encouragement to try to go to the gym, watch that series. Or if you want to learn some cool at-home ways that you could work out in some of the same ways that you could at the gym, watch that series. If you just like watching cute girls walk around and lift weights and get toned, watch that series. If I have to sell you on Dr. Stone, you're not gonna really like shonen all that much. How about we stop talking about a bunch of other different series and let me kind of cover this. I already said, Mystic Kitsune, I already said I'm not going to give my thoughts and opinions on any other anime, and I already broke that rule with Sword Art, which I shouldn't have done. But I could go on an hour-long tangent about why I think Sword Art is shit. Pretty sure Japanese voice actor for Naofumi is in Dumbbell. It's probably true. He may be the guy that looks really tiny in his tracksuit and then fucking turns swole. Muscle bro machio, as they say. If you do not like SAO, it's fine. JoJo Part 5 was also a prime anime of 2019. Okay, guys. I'm not asking what your favorite anime of the year is, guys. Why? Okay, I'm guessing that some of these guys were coming in late and you didn't hear. So I'm going to say this for the last time. I'm only going to be talking about the 6 anime I covered. I'm not going to talk about anything else. So, if you post it, I'm going to now ignore it. Okay? Okay. So, just recap, these are the shows that I was talking about this time around. Demon Slayer. Now, I'm not giving a synopsis of anything. I was just giving my basic opinion. I think it is the best animation that I have seen from this season. And guys, I'm not talking about of the entire year. I'm only covering this season. So if it's not a summer anime, GTFO with your recommendations or your this is the best of 2019 stuff. Please stop. Please stop. Okay? See, I told you the SAO shit got me in a really bad mood. Alright. Oh, Demon Slayer. I was really surprised when I found out that this was a Shonen Jump series. Really, really surprised. I will say it is hands down the best use of CG and animation. Just hands down. Please watch that. You're gonna be glad that you did. It's 26 episodes. They're only 23 episodes into a 26 episode series. For those of you that have watched Demon Slayer, what did you think of it? And would you like a season 2 and 3? Because apparently the manga, which I haven't checked out yet, I was really surprised to find out that it was Shonen Jump. Usually I know about a Shonen Jump project before the anime comes out. This one, I was 19 episodes in, and then they were like, oh, did you know it's Shonen Jump? And I was like, wait, what? When do you think it would come to Netflix? No idea. It's on Crunchyroll. So you can check it out on Crunchyroll, you can check it out on Funimation, you can check it out on Verve. It's on all of 3 of those things. Alright, so, the series that I talked about, Dr. Snow, or Demon Slayer, Fire Force, Dr. Stone, How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift, Mix, and Arefureta, or From Commonplace to World's Strongest. Those were the ones that I missed. If you missed my coverage of those, don't worry, you can go back and rewatch them tomorrow because I'm privating this video to fix an issue. I went and looked at a schedule for a project that I probably shouldn't have. I didn't realize it was going to show up in this particular, because I have 2 windows for Google Chrome right now, and it showed up in the wrong window and it got broadcast on the stream. So I have to go and private this video and remove that short section that shit was up live, and then I will make it public and you guys can check out everything that I talked about today. There's always 1 or 2 accidents. Dr. Stone is 8 out of 10. Don't tell them. No dub for Demon Slayers. No, there's not. I was actually really, really surprised because I was like, oh, hey, Funimation grabbed it. And then I went and looked over here and it's all Japanese. And I'm like, well, shit, that's the same thing I've been watching on Verve. So yeah, it's basically that. Guys, we do pay for, we do support Verve and Funimation and Sentai Filmworks. We support the official release. Please support the official release however you can. I understand if the official release is not available in your area, but guys, if you have the option between checking it out on the official sites and pirating, please choose the official sites. Don't be a moron. Don't be a Dave. Don't be a Dave. Support the official release. You know, just all right. That has been it for this episode of Anime and Stuff. I'm gonna check this out later. Woot woot. All right. And yeah, that'd be it for us. Thank you guys so much. I'm sorry that it was just me this time around. I would have liked to have had other people on. But unfortunately, it just didn't work out like that this time. We are working on fixing that issue. As we have publicly announced, there is a gaming channel that we are setting up, and we are moving a lot of our gaming content over there. We will have PDW and Fan Fridays still on this channel, at least until the numbers catch up on the other channel. We're able to monetize stuff on that separate channel as well. However, Anime and Stuff will be here on this channel, and we may be moving it to a different time on a different day, just so we can get everybody else on. Don't just run away and say goodbye just yet. I haven't finished. Please wait for the end of the show. Please wait for the end of the show. Don't abandon me just yet. Now, if you'd like to check out other things that I'm doing when I'm not doing a bridging for here, please check out my channel, which is Like Zoinks Gaming, ZOINKS. That is my channel. I'm streaming content over there from time to time. Friday, I was streaming Final Fantasy 15 content. If you would like to go and check out some more of that, I'll be doing live streams probably later this evening, where I'm raising money for important kind of shit, like better lighting equipment, because I don't have the right kind of light for this light over here, which is why one side is brighter than the other, and why I look a lot redder than I should. I'm actually very, very pale. So, once again, big shout out to Wraith for coming by on Friday and dropping money my way to help me get the D&D related stuff. Once again, I apologize that I was not able to be on Dungeons and Fat Dogs yesterday. I'm sorry I wasn't able to be on Dungeons and Fat Dogs yesterday. Unfortunately, there was a issue with me being able to go to sleep. 1 part insomnia, 2 part neighbor moving in, 3 part his loud ass dogs. So yeah, that was fun. 21 plus hours without sleep, and then I eventually passed out, and there was no way I was making it onto the stream. That having been said, guys, the last bit is, if you want to come by this evening and check out some stuff, I'm either going to be playing more Final Fantasy, or I'll be playing some more Destiny. I don't know. Might be playing some Destiny too. That having been said, I will see you guys the next time I see you. I don't know. Look forward to Slime 2 coming out. That'll be happening shortly. We're already on the final stages of audio, and it looks like the first draft of the full audio incorporation is coming through soon. So yeah, we might have Slime 2 ready for you guys in just a little bit. We'll see. That is it for me. Hopefully I'll see you guys on the next Anime and Stuff. And until then, keep playing games, keep watching more anime, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!